All right, welcome into another episode of the 2022 MLB Draft Show. And today we've got the pride of Dubuque, Iowa, Wahlert High School. We've got Tommy Specht, an outfielder. Tommy, I mean, for my money, and I think for Ian's money, you're probably one of the more underrated kids in this class right now. I don't know if it's going to stay that way through July, but I like to use this to just give you an option or an opportunity, I should say, to introduce yourself. Tell us who you are on the baseball field and a little bit about the kind of person you are off the field.
Sure. I'm Tommy Specht.
I'd say that was Tommy. Jumping Jehoshaphat, that is Tommy. What?
I take a lot of pride in being from Iowa. Not too many players on the national circuit that are, from the state. I guess Ian before me was one of them for sure. On the field, I feel like I'm a 5-tool player. I feel like I work hard. I'm going to give you everything I got. And off the field, yeah, I enjoy working at the game. I love the game. I'm always trying to improve myself in every, facet, of the game and of life. And yeah, just always trying to get better.
Talking about getting better a little bit, you had an extremely loud summer playing probably in every big showcase and tournament across the last 3 or 4 months. So just talk to me a little bit about how the summer went for you. I know it was extremely fun to travel and play in all these big league parks and stuff like that. So just talk to me a little bit how it was for you.
Yeah, it was a great time for sure. Not only am I able to get a ton of exposure with these big events, I'm also able to kind of go against the best competition. I feel like that makes me a better player for sure. So definitely, I was definitely able to learn a lot about myself and just kind of see how I stack up against the other players around the country and make adjustments kind of on the fly and just really kind of be exposed to what it's like, as a college baseball player or a professional baseball player. So overall, it was just a really good experience, and I'm very blessed and fortunate to be able to, get some of the opportunities I was able to get.
Absolutely. I mean, you had a lot of opportunities this summer. You played at just about every stop, so the sample size is pretty big. I charted about 150 different high school hitters from this summer and all of their different at-bats and kind of how it all went. And you actually had one of the better blends of peak exit velocities this year, as well as your strikeout rate being low. So I kind of wanted to ask you, how have you developed your mature approach at the plate? How have you kind of turned into not only a guy that can really impact the baseball, but a patient approach and really driving the pitch when you get your pitch?
I think it's just kind of understanding what pitches I can hit in the box, really just staying within myself, because I feel like if I'm trying to do too much at the plate, I'm going to swing at pitches all over the zone. I'm going to swing at off-speed pitches out of the zone. So when I'm really just true to my approach and I'm tracking the ball well, that's when I feel like I can make my best decisions on the balls I swing at. And if I'm patient in the box and I'm tracking it well, that's when I'm going to find the most barrels for sure. So I feel like just being patient and just waiting for the pitch that I can drive and doing that consistently has led to some success for sure. And I know that there's a lot of improvements I can make as well.
I want to follow up on that with another quick question. Speaking towards exit velo, I guess, is that something that you've incorporated into your game a lot this summer? Because I know at all of these different perfect game events and different showcases, you're going to be working with blast motion and hit tracks and all these different pieces of technology, K-Vest. Is it something that you've ever used outside of the showcase circuit, maybe at home, or is this something that's pretty much entirely new to you?
Sure, yeah. This offseason, I used blast motion a good amount, and I was able to kind of dive into some of the numbers with my hitting coach and just kind of understanding what they mean and how they can benefit me. So I wouldn't say I get too wrapped up in them, but I feel like they're definitely a good tool to kind of understand your swing and understand what works for you for sure. So blast motion, hit tracks, those are probably the main two that I'm going to use.
Well, I'm going to speak a little bit to the other side of your game because you talked about being a 5-tool player. You're a 6'5" runner. You probably have one of the best outfield arms in the entire class. But we haven't seen you play a lot of center field, which I think you can probably play at the next level. Is that something you'd like to pursue, whether it be at college at Kentucky or possibly at the pro level?
Absolutely. I feel like I trust my instincts and my speed. I feel like I've gotten better as the summer went on my reads and my jumps I'm getting on balls and the angles I'm taking. So I feel like there's definitely improvement as a center fielder from June to September this year, and I'm really proud of that for sure. Because leading up to this year, I was more right field, a little bit of center field. So now getting the opportunity to play a lot of center field this summer has really helped me improve on the position. And I'd say at this stage, I'm pretty comfortable playing center field for sure. But at the end of the day, it's whatever the team is going to need. But I really enjoy playing center field for sure.
Absolutely. Okay, so 105 off the bat, 96 miles an hour from the outfield. You clock a 6.4 60. I've already spoken on your K rate. Tommy, where do you need to improve between now and the time that you enroll at Kentucky, or between now and next July if your name is called in the draft? Where does Tommy Specht have to improve his game on the field?
Sure. I feel like I have to drive the ball more consistently. That's what I'm really going to focus on next spring for sure, because I feel like I have the power in me and I can also put the ball in play a lot. But I feel like at times I've struggled to kind of find the driving the ball consistently to the gaps aspect and hitting the ball hard all the time. I think sometimes I get a little away from my approach and I catch balls off the handle and off the end. So really just trying to find the barrel as much as I can and just learn how to consistently drive the ball and stay within my approach every game, every at bat.
Well, absolutely. Speaking on those next steps a little bit more, it's been about a little over a year since you've been committed to the University of Kentucky. So just talk to me a little bit how that whole process went, being from Iowa and making the travel all the way to an SEC country and going to Kentucky.
Sure. So I committed during the COVID time. So, they weren't really able to see me, but, there's a good amount of people kind of working for me and back and forth with the Kentucky people. And I just formed a really good relationship with Coach Mingione and Coach Coggin. And, ever since I just started talking to them, it just felt like home right away. And then my dad and I went down and visited. It was at the time we weren't able to go on, real visits. So we walked around and I felt so comfortable there. And the program, it's going in the right direction, and the coaches are amazing. And obviously the brand new facilities are unreal for sure. So there's just a lot of good reasons why, I chose Kentucky, and I'm super happy with my decision.
This kind of is in the same vein of what I already asked, but between now and your spring season, are there any goals or any kind of check marks that you're looking to improve upon? I mean, I know this summer you clocked in at 6'3", 190. Are you looking to add in any weight? Are you looking to get a little bit faster? Like, what are your own personal goals for the next 4 or 5 months?
Sure. Definitely bigger, faster, stronger all around. I think I'm trying to get my weight, but around 205. Ever since the summer, I've been gaining, and I'm sitting around 200 right now. So trying to get that up and get faster as well, more explosive. Just improving as an athlete all around for sure.
Got it.
Absolutely. Being a 5'2" player, like I've mentioned before, and you mentioned yourself, was there a player growing up that you looked like you wanted to model your game after, or you felt like you're modeling your game after going forward as you're becoming a pro baseball player?
Sure. Well, I went to a lot of Brewers games growing up, and when Yelich started to kind of have some good seasons, I've been pretty focused on him and just studying his swing and his game and stuff like that. So I feel like we're similar with our builds. And left-handed hitter, right-handed thrower. So he's someone I kind of model my game after. I've really enjoyed watching him, and I'd say Christian Yelich for sure.
Okay, so kind of on that same topic, I want to talk about your swing, because I find it to be a really interesting swing. You're one of the few guys mechanically that kind of has you open up with both elbows high, which I think is unique to the modern game, at least kind of the more newfangled swings. So I want to know, when you are in the cages, when you are, tinkering with your swing, what are some of the pillars in terms of your operation, in terms of your mechanics? How are you trying to feel in the box?
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep it as simple as possible. Over the years, I've experimented with so many things, and I tend to find that when I stay simple in the box, I get much better results. If there's too much hand movement or too high of a leg kick, too long of the stride, my barrel isn't going to be as accurate. So the most simple operation I can, work on a very simple operation in the box, and I'm just trying to go up the middle. I think just staying up the middle helps me kind of be able to use the whole field in the game. So just keeping it simple and staying up the middle is just the few things that I really focus on in the box.
Do you try to keep your I guess it would be your right hand. Do you try and keep your palm through the ball long and not roll over your wrist? Because you kind of have that Mookie Betts finish.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like that's helped me a ton. It helps me stay through the zone. And it's almost helped me, like, even if my mechanics are, or even if I don't catch the ball at the exact right spot to catch a barrel, I can still be a little bit off and maybe get a base hit into left field or kind of dump something into right field. So I feel like with that palm up finish and staying through the zone, there's a little more room for error. So that's why I feel like I'm able to put a good amount of balls in play. So the palm up is huge for me. It's really helped me.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's a great swing.
You've seen probably every major pitcher on this year's circuit on the 22 class, some in the 23 class as well. But is there a guy that stuck out for you that you just had extremely tough at bats against, like whether it's been spin or high velocity?
Sure. Yeah, well, it's always tough to go lefty on lefty for sure. So I would have to say my toughest at bat was at PDP League against Tristan Smith. I think in my at bat, I got one off the end into right field, fly out. But I mean, his changeup, it's legit for sure, and it caught me off guard a little bit. So he's a really polished pitcher. He can spin it well. He has good secondary pitches. He was a really tough at bat for sure.
No, that's a good answer. I mean, if you're going to name any lefty, Tristan Smith is a good place to start. How about this, Tommy? Do you consider yourself a guy that has a lot of drip?
I think I can get better.
Okay.
I think I can improve for sure.
Improving drip.
Improving drip. All right. Well, how about this? We'll call you middle of the road, right? If you're middle of the road drip, who's got the worst drip in the class?
Oh, I gotta say, my buddy Justin Hackett. I know he's gonna be mad that I said that, but I gotta be real.
All right. Well, how about the other side of the spectrum then? I guess we're going over here now. Who's got the most drip? Who's the most fashionable player you saw this summer?
Oh, let's see. I'd say Jason Jones. He actually just did like a little like clip about like drip, and he was featured on it. So yeah, I got to go with him. I like it. All right, man. Last question. It's kind of our brand. What is the dumbest fact you know about literally anything in this world that not a lot of people know? This kind of random, but I feel like if I wear blue light glasses before I go to sleep, I'm able to go to sleep faster. That's some pretty random.
That's pretty good.
I think it's scientifically proven as well. Actually, I think there was just a study on it, but I've just found that to kind of be interesting. I'm able to kind of go to sleep like that if I wear blue light glasses before I go to bed.
Yes, sir. Stay off your phone after 10 p.m. It's a fact.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Tommy, man. It's been a pleasure, man. I think your tools kind of speak for themselves. I think you're going to have a huge spring, and your name's going to get called pretty early next July. But if that doesn't happen, you're obviously set up for big success with the Kentucky Wildcats. For Ian, for Tommy, I'm Joe. Tommy, again, thanks for joining us, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.